3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast, hanging out on your Friday. We finally made it. Puff and Steph, hey, you good? What's going on with the hair? You good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix my pony because I got these like hair ties. They're like those like the old phone cords when you had a phone in your house. So, it's all about like getting the right hair tie.
Totally. Absolutely.
You know how it is.
You have to find a consistent hair tie.
Right. It has to be consistent. It has to be like tight enough that your hair's not falling out when you run, but not so tight that it's like giving you a headache.
Yeah, see, I think a little bit differently about hair ties because I'm not really a runner as much as I'm a layer downer.
A layer downer.
So like I need to have one that while I'm laying down doesn't come loose, but still keeps my hair in a manageable state.
Right, you got to have the right hair tie for laying down. I mean, it's essential.
100%. So while I don't 100% see your issue, because the difference between a runner and a layer downer, I do still feel your pain. Get it. As anyone could see, we have very similar hair. Happy Friday, everybody. We finally made it. Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike. And if you know me, you know that I am not a fan of Madonna.
I do know that.
She is one of my least favorite celebrities. I find her to be insufferable. I find her to be, like most celebrities are, I'm sure, but she's a little bit more overt about it. She's completely self-centered. And this just proves it. She's writing her own biopic based on her life. Madonna will also direct the film.
Oh, good.
Could you imagine with the actress? I need you to be a little bit more me. So less you, more me. Come on. Could you imagine?
I would feel bad for that girl.
Could you imagine trying to be Madonna in front of Madonna?
Nope. I couldn't do it. No, thank you.
The untitled film will focus on her 5-decade career and tell the untold story of her transformation as an artist, entrepreneur, and feminist icon. Madonna says, I want to convey the incredible journey that life has taken me on as an artist, a musician, a dancer, a human being, just trying to make her way in this world. The focus of this film will always be music. Music has kept me going, and art has kept me alive. There are so many untold and inspiring stories, and who better to tell them than me? It's essential to share the roller coaster ride of my life in my voice, in my vision.
I'm sorry, did she say it's essential?
Yeah.
No. Food, shelter, water, those are essentials. A Madonna, what is this called?
Biopic? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a movie based on her life.
Okay, that's not essential. That's not the right word. It is essential that I make this documentary.
You need food, you need water, you need shelter, you need Madonna movie. That's what you need in this cold world. I can't stand Madonna. I feel Madonna is one of the more overrated celebrities. I don't think she's a good singer. I don't think she's a good actress. I think she was an 80s pop singer who just showed a little bit more skin than the rest of them and got attention for it. That's our fault. Don't get me wrong. It's not Madonna's fault. It's our fault as a society for making Madonna Madonna.
Right,
and I'm just some random guy in Central PA who has a podcast. I'm nobody to Madonna. So she probably couldn't care less what a guy like me thinks. I'm just telling you what I think. I think she's highly overrated and definitely not as talented as some people, including herself, make her out to be.
I think a lot of people agree with you, but then there's also the people who will be so excited. They'll have watch parties when this comes out.
Good for them. I hope they have the time of their life and all that good stuff. But I'll probably skip this one. Yeah.
I would imagine.
Probably. I love when police departments troll people on their social media. It's one of my favorite things. In Canton, Georgia, a man ran away during a traffic stop at Cherokee County's Sheriff's Office posted this on Facebook. To the suspect who ran on foot from our deputies on a traffic stop this morning on I-75, You left a winning $100 lottery ticket in your vehicle.
What?
So he had a scratch-off ticket that was worth $100, and he left it in there when he fled.
That's so funny. So they took it?
Well, they impounded his vehicle, so they have his vehicle. They added that the scratch-off ticket was waiting for him if he wants to swing by the sheriff's office to pick it up. They said, don't worry, you're going to get your ticket back, but we're keeping the methamphetamines that we found.
I love it. I love when cops can be like funny, subtly funny like that.
I wish I ran a Facebook page or a social media page for a police department. I'd have the most fun ever. I would be taking people's mug shots and putting them on other people's bodies and things like that.
You'd be good at it. You'd be really like crafty.
I'd probably get fired within the first week. Be like, Puff, you gotta stop doing that. Okay? You gotta stop saying that. You gotta stop calling people guilty in all your posts. There's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do, and you really gotta stop doing half of what you're doing.
Right. Inappropriate.
I'd probably last a week. This is terrifying. How nobody cared, I don't know. UK bus riders filmed a passenger wearing a giant python snake as a makeshift coronavirus mask.
As a mask?
He boarded the shuttle bus with a large snake wrapped around his neck and face. Yeah.
Ew, and everybody, it was just like another day on the bus?
Yeah. Yeah. One witness initially thought the man had a really funky mask on until he let the mask crawl around the handrails.
Ew. How would you think it was actually a mask? There's no way.
Other people on the bus weren't bothered by the stunt, figuring that the man was mocking the government mandate requiring citizens to wear face masks while riding public transportation. So, mocking the government mandate or not, he brought a snake onto a bus and then let it crawl all over the handrails. To me, that's not cool. To me, that doesn't scream like he's being a productive member of society.
Right. And also, joke's on him when his face mask decides to just squeeze him to death. I mean, it's literally around his neck, and he thinks it's funny.
You have people out there who are like, face masks are hard to breathe in, and you just wait till the first person dies because they couldn't breathe with the face mask. And then this guy's like, yeah, I know, totally. My face mask at any minute could just squeeze me to death.
Literally, if it just decides to squeeze, he's done.
That would freak me out. What if you were riding a bus and the guy showed up with a snake around his face?
I think I'd have to get off the bus. I'm so freaked out by snakes, especially if he's gonna take it off and let it crawl around. Ugh, that just gives me chills.
So let's say he went to the back of the bus and you were in the front of the bus. Would you just kind of sit sideways and just stare at him the whole time until it's your stop?
Yeah.
You're not even faking at this point. You're just don't blink. The snake might be in my face if I blink.
Right.
I gotta get ready to move. I could see you just keeping an eye on him the whole time. Just.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be on edge the whole time. That's disgusting.
I don't think you'd get off the bus. But
depends on where I'm going and how much of a hurry I'm in.
How much would it take for Steph to get off the bus? Snake wrapped around a guy's head? Yeah, we're probably right at that level. Coming up next, the average age people meet their spouse. Steph, are you behind, ahead, or right on time? We'll find out.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Big old study done from Match.com about the age that you meet your spouse. Now, Steph, you are a fantastic 26-year-old lady.
Oh, thanks.
And this is the age you meet your spouse, not the age you get married, not the age you get engaged, not even necessarily the age that you know you've met your spouse.
Okay, interesting.
They say, according to the study with Match.com, you're most likely to meet your spouse at age 27.
Oh, my time is coming.
They found the average age women find their life partner is actually 25, while for men it's a few years later, 28. Average is 27.
Wow.
So this says the average between men and women is 27. It's actually 25 for women, but that's the majority of women. That doesn't mean that all women. So, I would take the 27 more than I would take the 25. That's just me.
Right. So that's interesting, because sometimes I think, did I already meet the person I'm going to marry? But like you said, you might not know it yet.
Right.
But maybe it's someone that you've known for a while.
Here's what else they found. Nearly 1/3 of the people in the survey kiss a new partner on their first date. Just over a quarter wait between 1 and 2 weeks before being intimate. Saying I love you normally happens after 5 months of dating. That's a pretty long time. 5 months?
It is. That is long. I mean, if you're hanging out multiple times a week and it takes 5 months, I think it's reasonable because some people, I think, say it really quickly. But I also am a big believer that I'm no one to judge how quickly you have feelings for someone. Well, how long did you wait with the wife? Do you remember?
It wasn't 5 months. Hold on. It was 4. I think it was 4 months.
I feel like that's pretty appropriate.
And even then, I might be off, but I think it was right around 4 months. Where else? Where are we at here? It'll take at least 6 months before you'll be given a drawer at your partner's house.
That sounds about right.
At the 6-month mark, you're also likely to reveal your imperfections, have your first argument, and introduce your partner to your parents.
6 months?
Yeah.
See, I mean, everybody's different again, but to me, I wouldn't want to wait that long.
Well, I think it's a little bit different too because you live with your mom.
Yeah, but even still, if you're close with your family and care about what they think, this should be exciting. It's I met this person, we've been dating for 2 months, whatever it is. I really want you to meet them. 6 months to me, if someone didn't want to introduce me to their parents for like 6 months, I would almost start to think like, are you not proud of me? Like, are you embarrassed?
What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Everyone's different. You said it before.
Yeah, but I don't know. That just feels like a long time. I would start to wonder what's wrong with me.
Engagements are most likely to happen 2 years after meeting. Marriage follows at 3 years. It takes an average of 4 years before a couple has children. Now, this is all like, almost I want to say like in a perfect world. Right? Because we all know a bunch of people who've done things, all sorts of, you know, we all know people who are like, within 2 weeks he moved in.
Right. Oh, yeah.
We all know those people. We all know the people who are like, oh no, we skipped the wedding and we just went right to kids within the first 6 months.
Right. Everybody does things like differently.
Yeah. We're not saying one's worse or better, whatever. Whatever, to each their own. But the only one that kind of ticked Steph off was the whole 6 months of meeting their parents. Everything else she was fine with. And then it was like 6 months to meet your mom. Your mom's gonna freaking love me. You know what? That's your mom's loss.
No, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm close with my family, and that like means a lot to me. Like if someone said like, I want you to meet my family, I think that's very like meaningful, and it shows that they really like you and like are proud of you. But if they like avoid, I don't want you to meet my friends and family for 6 months, it's like, what's the deal, bro? Like, am I not good enough? You know?
What if would you ever ask, like, how come I haven't met your family?
I think after like probably like 4 months, I would probably start to be like, so is there something wrong with me? Like, I would have to find a way to kind of bring it up and just say like, you know, I would like to start doing those things. I would have to bring it up at that point.
He could be hiding you from his mom. Maybe his mom's crazy.
Right. But, and in which case, like, I feel like you got to communicate that, because otherwise you're left in the dark thinking, why am I not good enough?
Gotcha. Makes sense. I don't think you're wrong. I actually tend to agree with you. 6 months is quite a long time before you meet their mother. See, I met my wife's mom pretty much the first time I went to pick her up because she was living at home. So right. That's when I'm like, hey, this is my mom. Oh, hey, mom. Like that was right away. So, but obviously I wasn't meeting her in the boyfriend position.
Right. See, that's the other thing. Like, it depends on how big of a deal you make out of it. Because sometimes it is just like casual, and sometimes it's like, I want you to meet my parents, and it's like this whole like, let's go to dinner, and it's this whole big fancy thing. So it depends. But
you're right. You do have to worry, because now that I'm thinking about it, remember that girl that I dated for like 2 years who was like engaged the whole time? Remember?
Yes.
I met her mom at this random thing, and she introduced me as her friend. And I was like, she's like, I'm just a private person. I don't tell my mom a lot of stuff. I don't tell my mom what I do. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, no. And you went along with it because you really liked her.
So dumb.
So you got to be careful.
You do. So here's the deal. If the person you're dating hasn't introduced you to their family and it's been 4, 5, 6 months, they're probably engaged or married to someone else. Just
not to give you a complex.
Just letting you know that. A woman in Romania filed for divorce after finding her husband's girlfriend in the attic of their house.
Living there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is such a great story. The husband claimed the woman was only a friend who needed a place to stay while her apartment was being renovated. The wife didn't believe him, mostly due to the fact that he never told her.
Exactly. Right. Like, if that's the case, why didn't you say, hey, can my friend live in the attic?
Right. So if I go to my wife and say, hey, wife, you know, my buddy, can he stay with us for a couple weeks while his apartment is getting renovated, fumigated, whatever gated? The wife's probably going to say yes, unless she hates the guy. But if I just hide him in our attic, that looks bad.
Yeah, it's a little sketchy.
Hey, you mind if Steph stays in our apartment? Sure. Don't tell her. How long has Steph been living in our attic? We're all in trouble.
Surprise!
We're all in trouble. We are all in trouble. I knew something was weird when the dogs would run upstairs and I'd hear, "You're the best dog. I love you. You're the bestie dog." I thought I was just hearing things. Nope. It was Steph in our attic without telling me.
I would give myself away pretty quickly.
I think you would too. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, speaking of dogs, Steph, I think I owe you an apology.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Here comes the part of the show where I tell Steph that I'm wrong and she's right.
Oh, okay. I like this part.
It doesn't happen often. I figure I'd put it before the Stump Steph because, sometimes, these questions make her feel dumb, and I want her to know that she's not dumb. And I am also man enough and adult enough to admit when I'm wrong, and she's right.
Thank you. I appreciate that and respect that.
This actually happened a couple of days ago. We argued about the whole telling a dog I love you thing. Remember it said that your dog's heart rate jumps 42 beats a minute after you tell them I love you, and you're like, see, they know. And I'm like, no, it's the way you say it. If you just said I love you, it wouldn't jump. But if you go, I love you, I love you, I love you the most, like you have a tendency to do, that's what makes the dog's heart rate jump.
Right.
I'm here to tell you, Steph, that there is a good chance. It's not 100%, but I think it's a better than 50% chance that you were right and I was wrong.
Nuh-uh. See? Ding, ding, ding. I know my dogs.
You didn't even hear the study yet or the story.
No, but I'm just excited that you said that.
A study out of the University of British Columbia, Canada, found that the average dog knows about 165 words.
Wow.
That's pretty good. Which is a lot of words. So they probably know things like out or treat or eat or food or kibble, if that's what you call it in front of them. They probably know a lot of that stuff. And then obviously they know sit And maybe they know stay or roll over or play dead or off or come here.
Or no.
Or no. Oh, yeah, no is a big one. But there's a really good chance that they also know I love you.
Yes, they do.
Because if you train them enough and you say it a certain way enough, it looks like if you go, I love you, they don't understand the concept of love. They do. They do. Hold on. They just know that they really, really, really like this person makes me feel a certain way. I you know what I mean? They don't know. I mean, humans don't really understand the concept of love, but dogs, like,
True.
They really don't, but they understand that this person feeds them and takes care of them, and they attribute that to love. So if you go, I love you, I love you, I love you, if you also say, I love you, they probably know. So I'm wrong. You're right.
Yes.
There.
See, I know stuff about dogs. I know, like, when you say I love you, they know what it means, and they love you too. Dogs love unconditionally, unlike humans.
Yeah. I am not a science denier. I saw this study and I said, I could have buried it. You never would have known it existed. But I saw this and I said, it's not right. Steph has to know the truth.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me that I was right.
I feel like awake because I've known this story for a couple of days now. I waited till Friday to tell you. Okay.
You feel good about it?
It's like a weight off my shoulders. It is.
Good for you.
I was keeping that from you. Okay. Let's stump Steph and make her feel dumb again. On average, this begins to happen to men at age 37. It's nothing physical. So it's not like hair loss or medical problems or anything like that. On average, this begins to happen to men at age 37. What is it?
So it happens to them. They don't have control over it.
I don't think they do. No.
And it's nothing physical. Is it like mental or emotional?
I would say it's it's a mental thing and an emotional thing, but it's not necessarily bad.
37. They finally start maturing.
You know, it's close. That's a close answer. It's very close.
Oh, they decide they want to settle down?
No. Men never really mature either, but.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Oh, look out, guys. Steph's on a rampage. Whoa. All right.
No, she's not. It's just true. Oh, so it's something like mental, emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with maturity?
Yeah, this is tough. This is not an easy one. I just thought it was interesting.
So is it something that they say or do?
Yes, it's both. And I found this interesting because that's how old I am right now. I'm 37.
Does it have to do with their significant other?
No.
Does it have to do with their parents?
In a way, yes.
So it's like something with their family.
In a way, specifically their parents.
They start to call their parents more?
No. They start behaving a certain way.
Behaving a certain way.
This is tough. I'm just telling you. It's okay if you don't get it. It's tough.
Yeah, this is tough. Does it have to do with like how they feel about their parents?
No, it has nothing to do with their parents specifically. It's more of a roundabout way. So it's not like how they talk to their parents, act with their parents, but it's a specific way they behave that you think you figured it out?
They start acting more like their parents.
There we go.
Yeah. It's like those progressive commercials where they're like, "Are you trying to air condition the entire neighborhood?"
Yeah. They on average, men at age 37 start acting like their father.
Wow. Are you feeling that way about yourself?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You probably are. Maybe you just don't realize it.
It's possible. My dad's a good guy, so, I mean, worse things can happen. 1 in 5 married men say they did this the night before their wedding. 1 in 5 married men say, actually, this happened to them. There we go. The night before their wedding.
Did they have doubts?
Nope. Although their doubts could potentially lead to this.
They had an anxiety attack.
Oh man, it's close, but no. You're right around. You're close. I can tell you're gonna get it soon.
Did they start to have question things?
Nope.
Is it something that happens within them, or something that involves another person?
Nope. That's a good way to put it. It happens within them. The night before their wedding.
So it has to do with having doubts?
It could. Having anxiety, it could all lead to this. That happens the night before their wedding.
They cry.
No. Oh, what am I doing? No, that's not it. 1 in 5 men say that this happens to them the night before their wedding. It only involves them. It's nobody else. It's not like cheating or anything like that. The night before their wedding, fear, doubt, anxiety could all lead to them having this issue.
Is it a physical issue?
Nope.
A mental issue?
Yep, all in the brain holes.
They start to question it, they...
Nope. Think of the question. The night before their wedding. Questioning it could lead to this. Doubt, anxiety, fear could all lead to having this issue.
I don't know.
It's so close. Just think of the actual question. I'm going to emphasize one word. 1 in 5 married men said that this happened to them the night before their wedding.
They struggle to fall asleep.
No, but you're close. What happens when they do fall asleep?
Oh, they have bad dreams.
There we go. 1 in 5 married men said that the night before their wedding they had a nightmare.
Wow, about the wedding.
Yeah, just in general. But I could assume that's anxiety, fear, doubt leading to that.
Right. Wow. That's funny.
Can't say that I did. Can't say I didn't. I don't remember.
Right.
But whatever. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it is interesting. Men being all afraid.
Right. They're getting anxious and worried and having doubts, questioning themselves.
And boom, all of a sudden a monster shows up in your dream.
Great.
A monster in a wedding dress. That's funny. All right, friends, have yourself a fantastic weekend. We'll be back on Monday. It is a podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.